How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? It is Ryan. I'm sorry you guys probably hate me, probably looking at this video like, oh, this dude's chalked me in back-to-back days, but we must move on. We must get over it. We must get over this little hump that we got going on here. We lost back-to-back days. That in itself is rare enough. We've hit 12 out of the last 16 anyway, so I'm still not too worried about it. The props have been hitting very well at over 75%. My research has been good. It's just the pairings. Like, I guess you can say, why'd you take Nikhil Alexander-Walker? But then again, like, you look at this and why'd you take Nikhil Alexander-Walker? He had 17 PRA and played absolutely shitty. I didn't think it could get much worse than that, really. You look at his stats. Sorry, I didn't have this pulled up. You look at his stats. He shot 4 for 13 or something, 4 for 12 in 38 minutes, 3 for 7 from 3. Just really didn't do much. The only player on the Hawks with a negative plus minus. Actually, that's not true, but worst plus minus, he just did not play well. Like, he just played a bad game at home, which is very rare as well. So he turned into a playoff fraud, and not too worried about it. Like, that's gonna happen. It looked good. The read was there. And you guys are probably like, how's it a good read if it didn't hit? Well, everything lined up for it to be a good read. 38 plus minutes. The volume was pretty there. Hit 3 3-pointers and still only scored 14 points. He had 1 PRA at halftime. Like, there's not much you can really do when that happens. That's very fluky. Like, none of you guys would have taken the under 6 PRA halftime line when it's normally 15. Like, it's very rare that stuff like that happens. So we must bounce back. And I got 2 plays for today that I think are going to be amazing. But before I get there, the NBA playoff pass is still available. You guys can see here 15 slots left. I just added a couple more back to 20 after we got down to 10. So there's 15 slots left. I'll probably add a restock on one more time, but you get all my picks that are hitting over 70% until the NBA playoffs are over. It's a one-time payment, and right now the playoffs are 2 months away. So $50 you look at it versus $90 or so. You're basically saving $40 ish as a one-time payment, nothing recurring. Pretty much can make that back right away. So I'll put that in the Discord as well. We are winning in VIP, whether it's me, Trill, Phantom, or Lewis. The props are hitting very high at over 70%. Forgot to post in there today. We had 2 W's yesterday. Schroeder got hurt. Stuff like that. Just stuff you couldn't really predict. Schroeder played 5 minutes. We had him for like 1.5 assists, something that's hitting at 99% of the season. Like, that stuff like that happens. He gets hurt, it doesn't really count. We faded Jokic and we faded Anthony Edwards. It was a good play, and then obviously the games work differently, but we still move. We bounce back. We're gonna keep this grind up. Positive vibes only. So if you guys want to be negative, you're gonna have to find somewhere else to be negative, because 12 for my last 16 does not deserve any negativity. Not gonna lie. So please be respectful and positive, and let's go cash for today. To start us off, Jaylen Brown, 23.5 points. This prop has been consistent for us all season long. 4 of his last 5 with 30. 9 of his last 10 averaging over 30. Averaging over 28 over his last 20. Missed by 0.5 in 2 of them. In games where his minutes were pretty low, lower than normal. 14 minutes there, 30 minutes there. Like, stuff where he doesn't need to play. Hit it in 6 straight versus the Sixers, who are also a bottom 5 matchup in points allowed to shooting guards. Brown has been cooking lately. He starts usually pretty slow and then has a great second half. I'd like to see him start a little bit faster, be more aggressive. The series is tied 1-1. They're back in Philly. 78% on the season, 57-73. You guys are like, oh, but Tatum wasn't there. But games with Tatum, he's actually hitting it at 12 of 15. And you guys can look here. They're all less minutes. This is the only game that he got hooked by 0.5 on. The games with Tatum, about 20 shot attempts, 35 minutes per game. Games without Tatum, or just on 20 shot attempts, games without Tatum. Obviously, Tatum's playing tonight, but games without Tatum, he only loses about 2 shot attempts. So not too worried about that. Expect some high volume from him today, 35-ish minutes or so at the minimum. 32 of 37 on the season, averaging almost 10 points over this line. Missed by 0.5 and 3 of those. Could easily be 35 of 37, hitting at over 92%. The lineup looks good. There's no injuries. Edgecombe's crazy. Probably Embiid's not going to play at all. But games where he plays 35 minutes or more, it's the playoffs, 1-1 series. Away games, he's going to be out there for some good minutes. 24 attempts per game at about 50%. Shooting the three ball pretty well. I expect probably 2 3-pointers from him. And he's definitely getting himself to the line. I'd like to see him get himself to the line, get the bigs in foul trouble, which the bigs on the Sixers have been fouling a ton. So away games where he plays 35 minutes or more. Wasn't letting me drag it. Huh. All right, there we go. Away games where he plays 35 minutes or more, 16 of 20. I could see him playing high minutes, close to 40, but 35 minutes or more is being very generous. So away games on the season, 25 of 33. Hooked in 5 of them. Could be 30 of 33, averaging 30. It just looks very, very good. There's no reason to not take this, considering we've been absolutely hooping with this Jaylen Brown line all playoffs long. It just looks way too good, the matchup that he has. Away game, lost the last one, needs a bounce back hard. He played, what did he drop? Last game he dropped 35 or something, 33, 36. Yeah, 36. He needs some pretty significant regression. Do I think he drops 36 again? No. Do I think he drops 30 plus? Most definitely. I see Jaylen Brown having another great game in a tied series after a loss, playing great minutes. The volume, everything is going to be there. That is play number 1. Before I say play number 2, guys, you can get a $100 welcome bonus when you deposit $20 or more on Chalkboard, plus this LeBron James free square. If you deposit $20 or more, you will get a month of the VIP for completely free. All you have to do is send me a screenshot, and I will get you in there. Promo code FFMI, that's what you get. $20 deposit, you get $20. $50 deposit, you get $50. $100 deposit, they give you $100, but $100 is the maximum, which I highly recommend you guys take. Deposit $100. We'll give you $100. We'll build that bankroll up. I'll teach you how to manage it the right way and everything. Plus, you'll get the VIP community and the picks all for free. So that's why we're taking LeBron James free square with the $100 welcome bonus to get in the VIP. Absolute lock of a play right here. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. And before the final pick, boys, we have Amen Thompson over 21.5 points plus rebounds. He's gone over 23.5 in 10 of his last 12 games at home. 5 straight averaging 30. 9 of his last 10 averaging 26.8. 15 of his last 20 averaging 26. All games against the Lakers averaging over 27. About 70% on the season averaging 23. Last year, not great. That doesn't matter. The matchup here, he might have Austin Reeves back at the point guard spot. Austin Reeves, not that great of a defender. I believe he's a pretty overrated defender in my opinion. Not very good matchup for Austin Reeves to be coming back from an injury guarding Amen Thompson all game. You guys have seen probably Udoka's coaching pretty questionable. I believe Reed Shepherd will see increased minutes. I know you guys are probably like, what does that have to do with Amen? But Amen Thompson has been doing his role. You're going to see probably a significant increase in Amen minutes. I believe you can probably see him play around 40 minutes tonight. Josh Okogie hasn't been getting the job done. Tari Eason hasn't been getting the job done. Aaron Holiday hasn't been getting the job done. So you're probably going to see a short guard rotation with Amen Thompson and Reed Shepherd playing notable minutes that are much higher than normal. That's why we're taking this. I believe you're going to see 38-plus minutes at the minimum from Amen. 21-21, bricked in both. If you take 40 minutes or more, he's hitting 19 of 24. It all looks very good. The matchup is there. His volume has been there. About 12 potential assists in that, 13 attempts. Shooting a 3 a game doesn't mean he's going to hit it. Been getting to the line versus the Lakers about 5 a game. Pretty decent stuff here. It's a very good play that I'd love to rely on. And especially if Kevin Durant doesn't play, right? Games without Kevin Durant, I believe Kevin Durant plays. They're down 0-2 in the series, but games with no Kevin Durant, playing about 40 minutes, you could see those minutes go up. About 15 shot attempts per game. Games without Kevin Durant, about 13. So his volume will only go up. It couldn't get much worse. No, this game will not be a blowout. I do think that if anyone wins this game, it's the Rockets, and they're not going to throw any more leads. They're gonna have to play this game pretty through to finish it against the Lakers. So that's what we're taking. 68% on the season with no filters applied. Just very, very good stuff. You look here, call it 35 minutes, 18 of his last 20, 45 of 60. It would have to be some pretty bad stuff for this not to go our way for a third day in a row. So I know the value already went down, but the guys in the VIP, we made this play last night on our VIP research call. So highly recommend you guys join that VIP. Make sure you like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe. Hopefully we can get back from our last 2 days. I'm really liking this play. Nothing should really be affected by if Kevin Durant or Reeves plays. If anything, it keeps the game closer. It kind of keeps it going the Rockets' way at home. Forgot to show you guys this. Speaking of Rockets at home, 28 of 39 on the season, 36, 22 of 26. It just looks amazing. A men at home is just a different breed. So that's why we're taking that. Like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.